Today, a new law increasing penalties for animal abuse goes into effect here in Michigan. I'm joined this morning by attorney Clarence Doss of the Doss law firm, and you're here to break down some of the changes for us. So the first question, what constitutes animal abuse?
Well, now, as of today, there's pretty much two things that make it animal abuse. First is if you actually torture or kill an animal. But second, which is what the new law says, is if you hurt an animal to cause distress to someone else, that's also animal abuse in Michigan now.
And would you be exposed to charges for doing something to that person as well? Because clearly, I mean, it's kind of like taunting or bullying in some sort of way, and the animal is just a tool at that case.
Absolutely. What law enforcement has seen is that animals become essentially pawns or props for domestic violence or drug trafficking when there's dogfighting and things like that. But there weren't penalties before to address that. So now, if you use an animal to hurt someone else's feelings or emotions or use it as a weapon, then you could be charged with a felony now.
Now, under this new law, does it change the way people report, or how can someone report if they think something is going on?
Well, most people prior to this law taking effect thought that animals are sort of property crimes, that they're secondary crimes, but they are crimes, and so you would call the police department to report like you would any other crime, and that's what this makes a distinction of. It's not that it's a property crime, it's an actual crime against a person or a being, and it's treated as such.
Now, some people would say, does this elevate the status of animals? Is that kind of what's going on here?
It does, and it does that by increasing the penalties. Before, it used to be that you could be charged with a misdemeanor or lower crime, or sometimes a felony, but with no jail time whatsoever. Now the penalty has gone up to 10 years in prison for abusing an animal, so it elevates the importance of animals, and it elevates the importance of life in general, to not harm life or abuse life, etc.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning. That's quite eye-opening, and that new law is in effect right now.
That's correct, as of today.
All right, so if you see something happening to an animal, you can pick up the phone and call police to protect the animal and the person that that animal may be used to sort of torment or torture. Thank you so much, Clarence, for joining us this morning, and thank you for watching 7 Action News this morning on TV 20 Detroit.